Hello, this is Lee, and on this episode of PublicLee Speaking, I'll be reviewing a British romantic comedy with zombies. That's right, I'm reviewing Shaun of the Dead. The title is a parody of George Romero's Of the Dead series, consisting of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, etc. Shaun of the Dead takes place in London and involves Shaun, a 29-year-old tosser in a dead-end job who's having severe relationship problems with his girlfriend, caused in part by his codependency with his possibly retarded best friend, and the fact that the only place he takes his girlfriend out to is the local pub, where they both bring their respective friends. Every single night. The movie starts off right at the beginning of the epidemic, where a bunch of people are getting sick and the portents of the coming apocalypse are present if you pay attention, without being in your face. Shaun messes up badly with his girlfriend, and she dumps him, so he and his friend get completely sloshed while playing records and pass out, with Shaun waking up the next day with a hangover and a hazy plan to get back his girlfriend. Now, one of the key parts of any zombie movie is the fall of civilization, as society descends from order into a massive panicked mob of people, and then into a massive hungry mob of zombies. Unfortunately, that part is usually fairly expensive to shoot, so most of the time the protagonist just skips it, either sleeping through it, getting knocked unconscious, or being in a coma. Sadly, Shaun of the Dead sticks to the norm for the most part, as Shaun misses the main panic being drunk off his ass, though technically the movie takes place during the end of the fall, never reaching full-on apocalypse levels, which allows it to refrain from becoming too serious. Shaun gets up, walks to the corner store to get a drink, leaves some money on the counter and walks back, completely oblivious to the bloody scenes all around him, and casually walking past the zombies without ever noticing their presence. Now, that's as far as I'm going to tell you, because like Wanted, this movie is good and you should totally see it. Now, there are two kinds of zombies in fiction, with the two sets being fast zombies and slow zombies. Shaun of the Dead features slow zombies, which are the original zombies. They gain their danger and menace not from the zombies themselves, as they're slow and stupid, but from the fact that there are hundreds, if not thousands of them, with a possibility of several billion of them, and they all want to eat you, and they will never stop trying. This taps into the primal fear that the pressing masses of people that we live with every day will turn on us, leaving us horribly outnumbered, even if we are hyper-competent by comparison. The thing about slow zombies is that, yeah, you can outrun them, but they will never stop chasing you, and they are everywhere. Ironically, the only way to stop them is to destroy their brains, as that's the one thing that they don't use. And the only way to survive is to keep your cool, plan ahead, and use your own brain, our one advantage over the teeming hordes. Fast zombies are, well, fast, and many times can use basic motor skills to climb ladders, fences, and anything else that gets in their way. While the message of slow zombies is the only way to survive is to use your brain, the message of fast zombies is you're fucked. Not only do they have limitless endurance, they're faster and stronger than you, meaning that you don't survive by planning and discipline, but by speed, reflexes, and sheer bloody luck. Also, while all slow zombies are dead, fast zombies can either be dead as well, sharing their singular weakness, or instead not dead at all, but pushed into a raging, hyper-aggressive state that explains their basic motor skills, but also means that they die easier and will eventually die off naturally as their bodies atrophy from misuse. These two types of zombies make for completely different stories. Fast zombie books and movies seem to consist of moments of shit, with interludes of oh my god I almost died and holy crap I'm lucky, and most people die. Slow zombie stories, however, are much more interesting, as they involve the psychology of dealing with the dead rising, planning strategies and tactics, managing your ragtag group of survivors, and trying to keep alert and disciplined as the world falls apart around you. The danger comes from the situation, not the monsters, as zombies aren't that bad on their own. You just need to be continuously careful, alert, and thinking. But people don't, so they die. I personally prefer slow zombie stories, as they're more, well, fair, and I like the characters in the stories I see to succeed or fail due to their own actions than merely fall in unwinnable scenarios. Furthermore, those that survive slow zombies are those that can keep calm, think, and adapt as need be. To survive fast zombies, the only chance is to be lucky as hell, whereas with slow zombies, you can have the devil's own luck, but if you never stop and think, eventually you'll find yourself in a position that you can't escape from and you will die. The only way to survive against slow zombies is to use your brain, the only thing the zombies can't do. Back to the movie. Shaun of the Dead is a great flick, with just a few flaws. To start off, it's bloody hilarious, featuring well-done physical humor with bits of cerebral stuff thrown in from time to time. Shaun and company react to zombies in the opposite way that most zombie movie protagonists do, as they just go, well, bollocks, really need to fix this, instead of losing it, being paranoid, turning to dicks, or just jabbering piles of crazy. I love it when characters in horror movies stop for a second and think, instead of becoming over-emotional wrecks with "Eat Me" written in giant neon letters above their heads. Additionally, Shaun develops over the movie, and not in the, oh, it's that part of the rom-com where I suddenly find the error of my ways, even if I was totally justified and the woman was at fault, way, but with an actual, understandable human development, rising to the challenge to try and save the one he loves. The laughs are fairly consistent over the course of the movie, and so there aren't any lulls, but there are quite a few lulls. However, Shaun of the Dead, as it is a British flick, does have slow pacing. While I didn't mind, I know quite a few will find this boring, as it isn't a non-stop zombie gore fest. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You see, Shaun of the Dead manages to simultaneously be a romantic comedy and a horror movie. Guys, this means that you can watch it with your girlfriend, because she will enjoy the relationship and romantic comedy aspects of the movie. Inversely, girls, this is probably one of the few rom-coms you'll be able to get your boyfriend to watch, as it has zombies, and as most guys know, zombies make everything better. Shaun of the Dead, however, is very British, and we Yanks will probably not get some of it. For instance, one of Shaun's weapons is a cricket bat. Cricket is like baseball with more rules and a little odd, at least in comparison to our national pastime. Along with the aforementioned pacing, it might not be for everybody, but I found it to be rather enjoyable. I like this movie, but I'm not going to spoil the story. I will, however, say that this movie, unlike a large portion of zombie movies, doesn't pull that, oh, and they all die at the end, rendering everything they did up till then moot shit, and has a relatively happy ending. Though, be warned, this is still a zombie movie, so not everyone is going to make it out alive. I'm not sure why a lot of zombie movies have the zombies win, and I personally hate those endings, though that may be my own hope for the triumph of humanity over seemingly insurmountable adversity, but I'm getting deep. Oh well, this movie is great and you should go see it. My next review will be my first foray into the field of economics, with an overview and review of the concepts of Keynesian economics, its strengths and its many weaknesses, which I will attempt to make as interesting as humanly possible. This is Lee, publicly speaking, and signing off.